Hi, drawing. Let's do an overview of the baseline drawings, which is going to be your first assignment. Just as a refresher, you're going to go to modules and you're going to go to the intro week. It's just week intro. And these are the two things that you need to do. Here's the post. There's a video in the post. There's a video on that assignment for you with a little overview. And this is the second thing you need to do is the baseline drawings. So for the baseline drawings, I want you to just, I want you to draw, you're basically drawing anything you want. It's pretty open. I don't have anything specific that I am looking for you to draw. This is basically just to assess, to get a feel of where the level of the class is before we start and dive into the other assignments. And what you're going to be doing is you're going to be composing a still life on to your 18 by 24 good drawing paper. So here is the link. There's a link here that it kind of explains what a still life is, the fundamentals of a still life, why we use still lives, and then it has some examples. And I'm going to be referring back to this link a couple of times in some of the upcoming lessons. And it just basically tells you, gives you information on still lives and, you know, how to set one up. It's pretty basic, pretty straightforward. Okay, sorry, I had to pause this for a second because I wanted to fix this, but you are going to be doing a still life. So here's the link on the still life that gives you information on still lives. And I've also, I went back and I embedded this video on how to set one up and how to start drawing one, which we are also going to look at again in another assignment. I can't remember which week it is right now, but you will, this video is linked again in one of your other assignments. So that's how you set one up. And this, like I said, this assignment is to get a sense of, it's just to get a sense of where you guys are as a class, to assess your skills and your drawing abilities and levels. And so let's dive into the directions here. So the directions, you need your good drawing paper, your 18 by 24 good drawing paper. You can use any media, but do not use color. So if you want to use pencil, if you want to use charcoal, if you want to use Sharpie, I don't care what you use, but just don't use color. It should be, you know, a gray tone kind of media. You can use ink. If you have questions about that, just email me and I can give you an answer. But, you know, pencil, charcoal, anything like that. And then for the other part, and this is basically how all of your assignments are going to go. Like I said, I've tried to streamline everything for you guys so that it's pretty easy to just, you know, once you get into like week 2 or 3, you should already have a certain kind of, you know, rhythm and routine. The written section, you're going to have to write 150 to 200 words for every assignment that you did as kind of a self-evaluation and a self-reflection on the, you know, the lessons, the objectives of the assignment. So you're gonna, when you're done with the assignment, you're going to go back and you're going to kind of assess yourself. You're going to maybe, you know, take a break, obviously, get something to eat, go to the bathroom and, you know, take a little break. And then I want you to go back and I want you to look at your work and I want you to basically give yourself a self-critique and a self-evaluation, kind of reflecting on what you thought about the process of making the drawing, doing the assignments. Do you feel like you, you know, do you feel like you got anything out of the lesson? It's pretty open-ended, but I want you to do some writing on your work. So, let's see something. Your submission. Okay. So your submission, okay, so here is the template. Now this template, it's a PowerPoint file. So you, again, everything is pretty streamlined. I tried to keep everything pretty streamlined. So every week you're going to have to do the same process over and over again. And again, you will get used to it and you'll fall into a rhythm. The submission file is a PowerPoint file. You're going to open this PowerPoint file up for all of your assignments. And actually what I really recommend doing, and actually, let me pause my screen for just 1 second. Okay, so I'm back. So what I really recommend doing is just starting one PowerPoint file for the entire class. So here is my PowerPoint file that I'm doing for your examples. And what's going to happen is that you're going to start accumulating these files. It's basically the same thing every week. You do a cover sheet with all the information in there, and it's already plugged in for you. So you just need to go and like replace what I wrote with your information. You're going to do the written part of the assignment, and then you're going to submit the actual assignment, the photos of your assignment. And there should be, make sure haven't uploaded it yet, but make sure your photos are good quality photos. They should be parallel with they should be aligned and parallel for the most part with the edges of your viewfinder of your camera. So make sure you check the photo video on how to take those photos. These are all my examples, so you can go and use my examples as like a, kind of like a standard for this is pretty good. This is acceptable. This is good. So this is what I'm looking for. But to get back to the PowerPoint, what I would recommend doing is just starting one PowerPoint and just copying and pasting everything, because what you're going to have to do at the end of the semester is turn in your portfolios. And what I'm looking for actually is not a PowerPoint, but I'm looking for a PDF. So you're going to keep your portfolio in this PowerPoint file. You can label it whatever you want. You can just label it with your name, however you need to label it. And you're going to, at the end of the semester, everything will actually already be done for you if you do everything in this PowerPoint file, because you will have everything will be in order, and you'll have everything neat and tidy, and you can actually use it for yourself as a way to go back and be like, oh, I missed that one, or I didn't do that one, or to just look at it for reference for you. So that is my recommendation. Let me toggle back to Google here. So this is the PowerPoint file. I've started it for you. You're going to have to pull out these images here, and then you're going to replace those images with your own. It says right here in red, delete my image and insert your image here. Duplicate this page as needed. So that is how I want you to that's how I want you to submit your assignments. For the week, I only want you to submit the single assignments. So you'll have to, you'll have to label, you're submitting everything in one single PDF. So you're going to select like pages 1 through 4. And then next week, it's going to be like 5 through 10 or 5 through 6 or whatever it is. And you're going to submit each week's assignment as one single multi-file page single PDF. I will not look at JPEGs if you submit 5 files and you want me to sort through files. I don't look at multiple files. So unless you submit a PDF, I will not be grading the assignment, because there are 25 of you and there is one of me. So you're going to have to format your file into a PDF. So that I can open up the file and open it up in my application and go through the assignment like that. So make sure that you are careful when you are submitting your work to submit as one single PDF. So let's see, I'm not giving an example for this project because I don't want you to base, I just want you to draw. I want you to do the best you can on the drawing. do something you want to do. Um, I would spend 1 to 2 hours on this. The only requirement is that it's some sort of still life. It doesn't, I don't care like what is in it. Just set up a still life and draw what you see. And then here's my rubric. Um, I'm looking for craftsmanship. I'm looking for you to follow the directions. Again, I stress this because it gets stressful for me if I don't get a PDF from you, and I can't have to go searching for files. So just make sure you upload that PDF, and that's an easy 20 points that you're not, you're following directions. You have to also follow the directions. Student demonstrates professional presentation skills, evaluating their own work. So this is your written part. Are you putting thought into it? Are you thorough? Are you making them long enough? That's how I'm kind of looking at that. And then, are you uploading an image that is neat, clean, sharp, and bright? That includes a pencil for size reference. I ask that you guys put pencils in your work. Or in the photo, not in the work, but in the photo of the work. Let's see, do I have an example? I think I do. I think I have an example in one of the lessons. I just ask, oh, here's one. Perfect. Hold on a second. So here, oh yeah, a lot of them do have them in there. So when I look at your images, I need to make sure that they are the right size. So I need to see a pencil in your work on the pad. So I know that you guys are doing the correct size drawing. So please put a pencil in your work. And let's go back to the rubric here. The image should be sharp. It should be well lit. There shouldn't be any distracting shadows. If you have really intense shadows in your photos, that distracts the viewer from seeing your work. Not only me, but you're also for your peers, because you're going to be posting these images. You're going to be posting them not as PDFs, but as JPEGs or image files into the discussion thread. You're going to be embedding them into the discussion thread, and you're also going to be copying and pasting the text and pasting that directly into the discussion thread as well, because like I mentioned in the intro for the introduction posts, everything needs to be embedded and visible as we scroll through the discussion threads. So just as a reminder, back to the rubric saying you need to take good photos, because you want your peers to also be able to see your best work possible. And the photos really do, if you take a good photo, it can really make or break your work. And then lastly, I'm looking for you to understand the principles of the lesson. If you're drawing a still life, this is, is it a still life? Yes, it's a still life, not a landscape, right? Depending on the lesson, that's the lesson is going to dictate what this means. So in perspective, when we get to perspective, I'm looking to make sure that you know how to draw accurately in perspective, so on and so forth. So I think that's it. If you guys have questions, email me, and let me pause this just for 1 second. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, I just had to make sure I didn't forget anything. Okay, so the one last thing I was going to say, just as a reminder, when you turn in your PDF, what I would do instead of waiting until Wednesday is take screenshots of your work, or take the images of your work and upload them and put them onto the discussion board, copy and paste your written statement to the discussion board, because why wait? And again, as a reminder, the sooner you post, the more likely you are to get feedback from your peers, because the people who post earlier usually get most of the feedback. But as you're doing your peer replies, make sure you give a little love to the people who are posting a little later, so that they get feedback too. So if you're posting late and you're replying late, make sure you scroll down to the bottom of the discussion feed, so that everybody is getting feedback and good information on their work. So if you guys have questions, email me, and if not, I will see you on Canvas.